Me being the chosen one was like a blessing in deception. City known for homicide, majority depression. Grinding in the gym so I could live through the...
What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Mike from NYC, and we back with another reaction. Today we're watching NBA legends explain how good Reggie Miller was. Shout out to Jordan for recommending me this video. I literally just finished up the last video I was doing. I was about to edit it and then upload it, and I was like, you know what, I should just do it back to back like I'm Jordan 96, 97. You feel me? I got a sweet spot for dudes like, you know, Reggie Miller. You know, and what I mean by that is, like, okay, so my favorite players: Dame Dollar, James Harden, Paul George. If you think about the commonalities that those players have, those are some of the most almost players in today's game. I mean, like, just super almost. Like Paul George going 7 games against Miami Heat with, you know, the big three, almost. Dame Dollar getting to the Western Conference Finals multiple times, being up in 4 straight third quarters by 15 points to beat the Warriors, almost. James Harden up 3-2 against the Warriors. Up 3-2 against the Warriors. Chris Paul gets injured, loses game 7, losing single digits after missing 27 straight threes. Almost. And Reggie Miller is one of the biggest almost in NBA history. I mean, almost beat the Bulls. Like, took the Bulls 7 games. I think that was the only time ever the Bulls had those Bulls with Michael Jordan, Scottie, and I think Dennis Rodman went 7 games. The only time ever. Got to the finals against the Lakers. Almost. Reggie Miller, just one of the best almost players ever. When you talk about like the top 50 players of all time, like, he's probably gonna be left off the list, right? Like, yeah, he probably won't be up there because he doesn't have an MVP. Yeah, he does have a finals appearance, so I mean, maybe he's not as forgettable in that, right? I mean, he wasn't super interesting to watch. He wasn't somebody that you would like, yo, Reggie Miller's playing, I want to watch. Like, maybe a Pacers fan or, you know, something like that. Not somebody you necessarily really want to watch, but somebody who's super good, somebody who's super respected. You know what I mean? So without any further ado, let's watch NBA legends explain how good Reggie Miller was.
So before this video starts, I want to tell you about this sick website that sells hella cheap NBA jerseys. The website is Check out for such performers the NBA has ever seen. I really
check out the jerseys, man. If you want to get a jersey, I guess do what you got.
Watching Miller's 30 on this video. Let's see if you get below, as well as what other players to do next, and I'll keep bringing these videos for you guys. Also, make sure I smash a like on this video. Let's see if we get 100 likes, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, catch all the new content. We're releasing daily videos for all of 2021, so make sure you don't miss out. With that being said, let's get into NBA explain how good Reggie Miller was.
Reggie Miller. No, I'll take myself off this. I'm not on that list.
I coach Reggie Miller.
I'm gonna put Reggie in there.
And I would say we talk about clutch shot makers.
I'm not putting myself on that list. So it's not gonna be real.
To me, Reggie Miller.
I'm not putting myself on that list.
Reggie Miller was one of the clutch shot makers ever in this league. And when we talk about clutch, I'm not talking about at the end of the game. Reggie Miller would make those shots when you down 4 and you need a bucket to stay in the game. That's when you're giving it to Reggie Miller. A lot of guys miss those shots, but the shots that you got to make to keep up with the team that's pulling away, that's when you got a shot maker. And to me, Reggie's on that.
So take yourself, because you're not going to vote for yourself. Do we have unanimous Reggie Miller? I'm on that. Yeah, best shooter of all time. I'm on that.
That's real awkward because it's like you don't want to disrespect dude. You know what I mean? I don't know. That just feels awkward. I don't know.
Shaq, you on that? Shaq is on a hold up. Shaq's mad at me.
No, I'm not mad at you. I mean,
just doesn't like you.
No, she said I actually love Reggie. Me and Reggie, we have similar backgrounds, military. Ooh. I'm gonna have to go with Ray Allen because Ray Allen sort of.
Can't fault that. All right. Ray Allen in top.
No, bruh. Not over Reggie.
Yeah, no, because Ray took what Reggie did and kind of turn it up to that next level.
Reggie Miller is one of the best pure shooters that I've ever played against. It's hard to guard him coming up.
I disagree with that just because Ray Allen was never really able to put a franchise on like Ray Allen was never able to put a franchise on like Reggie was with the Pacers. Like, even right now, who's the best Pacer of all time? It's Reggie Miller. Like, a guy who, as the best player, was able to get you to a final. A guy as the best player who was able to compete and give MJ all he had to offer. Ray Allen was never able to do that. Even if you want to say Ray Allen's a better shooter, which he might be, I don't think Ray Allen is a better scorer. I don't think he's a better all-around basketball player. So I mean, sure, he has the accolades and stuff to go with it, but I wouldn't put Ray Allen over Reggie. Let me know what y'all think about that.
Screens, he could also put it on the floor and take it to the basket. That's what they don't talk about a lot, but his jump shot was one of the purest I've ever seen. Little unorthodox, it looked really funny, but he would make them. You don't ever want to leave him. He was a good athlete, and at 6'7", he had the length and the height to shoot right over most people.
Give me that.
It didn't take him long to get that shot off. When you see a guy shoot the ball that quick with that much accuracy, I think of Reggie Miller.
Well, anytime you have a great scorer that is an opposing scorer, your game plan defensively is around that guy. How do you slow him down? How do you stop him? And Reggie was no different than any other great player. You had a game plan. How are you going to slow him down? How are you going to stop him? How you keep the ball out of his hands by trying to deny him, but he moved so well without the ball. It was hard to stop because he never stopped moving.
He's one of the great adversaries that I ever had to coach against, and I knew that when I was coaching against him that I had nothing but respect for him. But Reggie is absolutely all-time greats.
Damn.
I mean, when you talk about his kind of game,
he lit,
and how he played, there were only one or two other guys, in the same circle.
The next thing that he brought to the table, he loved the big moments. He loved the big games. He loved the playoffs or the big marquee matchups against his arch rival, whether it was Michael Jordan or somebody other.
Get off me, MJ.
He got
give a damn about no MJ.
The bigger Reggie Miller would perform and play, the better.
I forgot about ads, bro.
This is what freedom sounds like.
So after you don't download the video, you gotta deal with ads.
Smells like
ads, bro.
Enjoy 30 days of open road freshness.
I don't want to deal with ads, bro.
And this guy was just unstoppable.
Reggie was so clutch, he wanted the ball in his hands, and he had a unique ability to draw fouls. So he's always able to keep the defense off balance because he was such a great free throw shooter. You don't want to get your hands caught and foul him. So he creates space, and that's all he needed was a little space to get that shot off. And it seemed like he was a higher percentage shooter with the game on the line than he was actually probably during the middle of the game.
Wow.
And as an opposing player, I really didn't like him too much. And that's a compliment because out of respect,
thanks.
And he would get under your skin. But when I became his teammate, I loved playing with him. He was one of my favorite teammates of all time. And when we were in a close game, and the ball was in his hands.
Did you guys ever have any friction when you played against each other?
I didn't have friction with him. I had friction with Vlade, because Vlade was the instigator. He was always talking and flopping. Me talking about flopping, but flopping. So it was Vlade that I had problems. I never had problems with C. Webb, especially those great Sacramento teams.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Reggie, but I didn't like him because he was always beating our teams. Like he was the catalyst. I knew he was the one who's going to be talking junk, getting in the guys, and so he was a guy like you always wanted to play with, but when you're playing against him, you just hate him.
So Reggie Miller, you and I, we talked about a couple months ago, and you had mentioned that Reggie Miller was a tough guy to guard because of off-ball, and he just never stopped moving. So talk about guarding Reggie and how you prepared for a guy like him.
Well, with Reggie, you have to stay locked in.
Yes, sir. Let's talk that.
You lose sight of him or you lose focus on him, he's going to bang you up very quickly. You know what I mean? 2 or 3, 4 threes in a row, And so my mentality with Reggie is going to be, we had our own separate game. I'm guarding you, and those other 8 guys, they're gonna be playing basketball.
Right.
But I have you, you know, and that was my mentality, not to let him get going, because once he get going, or any player in this league get going, you can't shut the water off.
Right.
You know, especially with him, because he has a different mentality.
So you were just in a bubble? You didn't even see the other stuff?
No. I literally, it could be, you know, a rebound come right there. I'm like locked into him. You know what I mean? You have to have that mindset with Reggie, because I can remember the game 1, where he scored those points in that many seconds.
Right, 8 points. And
8 points. Yeah. And so I got him on lock. Then we made a sub, and bam, he hit a shot. I was like, I'm sitting on the bench like, are you for real? I mean, he was on lock.
Right.
Because he just, right. And by the time I got back in,
it was raps.
Oh, he was on fire. It was too late.
It's over.
Yeah,
he was already talking to Spike.
And he was just in his whole mode, because I've been in that mode, and I know how it is. And yeah, it was.
So that's it for this video, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you didn't,
yeah, definitely a great video. Shout out to this dude for putting these clips together. If you like these type of videos, go to subscribe to his channel. If you like these type of videos from me, definitely subscribe over here as well. But yeah, man, I think you know, when I react to different players, especially old time greats, I like to assign a lot, or as many players as I can, as the best at something, or a pioneer of something. You know what I mean? Like you know. So I don't know. I'm trying to think. Is there anything I can say Reggie was like the best at? Like, was he the best at anything? Like, because he wasn't the best trash talker, even though he was really good. He wasn't the best shooter, even though he was really good. I don't know. I mean, he wasn't the. Maybe at that time he might have been the best at drawing fouls. Probably got hot faster than anybody else in the league at that time, especially. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, definitely let me know what you guys think about this video. Definitely like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like these type of videos, and I see you when I see it. Peace.